What's up, everybody? Welcome back in. This is our weekly high school preview show. I got my man Shannon Woods in and Reggie, and I'm going to let you know right now we're down one man. Mr. Dax, who usually covers Southside, not been able to make it tonight, so without any information, I don't think we'd do it justice. So we're basically going to cover Gadsden City and Etowah. If we do ever find out any information, it'll be in the comments below. We'll definitely do that. That being said, this week's got a couple of tricky games coming up. Gadsden City and Sparkman. That's going to be pretty interesting. I'm going to let Reggie talk a little bit about that.
Star South Region play this week. Very important game for Gadsden City. 2 losses we got this year coming against the number 2 team in 5A, number 2 team in 6A. So you really can't say too much about their record, because I don't know too many teams that would go through that stretch with a 2-0 record. But the history with Gadsden City and Sparkman, there's been a lot of high scoring games, mostly Gadsden City doing most of the scoring. Sparkman beat them for the first time last year. I think it was 38-13, which I saw that coming. They've got a running back that was amazing last year, but he graduated.
Good, get him out.
Yeah, he graduated because that was one year I got tired of hearing his name, and his first year we played him. I think we beat them 62-27, but still, you've heard that name all night. So he's gone, and I think it shows. They beat Hazelgreen last week 14-7, so they don't have the offensive firepower that they had last year. So I'm looking for Gadsden City to pull this one out and get their offense on track. I'm calling it 42-20, Gadsden City.
I like it, like where your head's at, man.
Yeah.
Shannon brings us up to Etowah. Etowah's got a little bit different game this week. They're playing Crossville. One of those opponents a little bit, maybe not up to par as some of the other teams on the schedule, but also you don't want to get any injuries. You want to go out there and perform, take care of business, and get back home with a win.
You'll see a lot of Etowah running the football, shortening the game, probably running the football a lot and scoring a lot off of running the football. Again, Etowah coaches don't condone anything I say on this show, but it'll be a total disaster for Crossville. But the only thing they do have in their favor is our Coach Knowles. He actually doesn't believe in running the score up. He believes in respecting the opponent, and he's done that. Even when Etowah's up 40-0 at halftime twice last year, the game finishes 46-0. I mean, he makes sure that it doesn't get way out of hand. Sometimes, like teams,
not like Spurrier used to be.
Yeah, it's not like Spurrier, so it's a little disappointing. But they'll run the ball a lot. They'll get the starters out early. You'll see a lot of young kids, a lot of 9th, 10th grade, maybe JV players coming up and playing a lot Friday night, and still getting the job done against an overmatched Crossville team. Looking forward to the next week where Coach Gene Hill comes back and coaches against Etowah, and that's going to be exciting. Yeah. So get the young kids in, get their families there, watch them, get out there with a win, healthy, like Bo said, and move on next week.
This is the first road game too, correct?
It is.
So it's always a little tricky on the road.
Although with Etowah, we travel so well, no matter where we go. It's not always. It is a true road game, but then again, you have so many Etowah fans. It's insane how well they travel, to places. And I like it a lot.
Y'all probably take up half their home side.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it usually happens like that. I remember one that actually when we went to Alexandria 2 years ago. You remember that game? Oh, it was all the visitor side, and like they had a corner of the end zone, like that side covered up as all Etowah. That was crazy. And they have a lot of tradition over there. I didn't think it'd be like that, but it was. Etowah filled up 1.5 sides there, which was cool. Nice. Another game of interest. We always touch on big games across the state. Miguel Tulin's traveling to West Monroe. What do they call this?
Battle of the border. You got teams coming in from Louisiana, Mississippi. They usually have a team from Alabama. They've got Miguel Tulin matched up with West Monroe out of Louisiana, which is a powerhouse down there. They're in the state championship hunt every year. I think they've been to the last 3 semifinals in their classification, and they've got like 3 or 4 state championships. So.
And Miguel Tulin's no pushover. I mean,
they're not.
They performed good against Hoover in the finals last year, but
yeah,
that's the only team that touched them.
Yeah, they've got a 27-game regular season streak right now, so that's on the line this week. So it's going to be huge.
That's really on the line.
Yeah.
Last game of the week we're going to touch on. biggest game in the state by far and away is Thompson traveling over to Hoover, which anybody knows. To his younger brother there.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's a quarterback at Thompson. A lot of people have high expectations for him. And I seen this game last year, the regular season game. Hoover did not have George Pickens, and they ended up losing that game. Now, granted, they couldn't get them off the field. They could not stop Thompson last year, but they did lose their top 2 receivers. But they had 4 or 5 receivers, so I'm sure they're still very good. And they won, they beat Foley 49 or 50 something to nothing.
49 to nothing, I think.
But I don't know how much to buy into that because Pratt will beat them 49 or 50 to nothing the week before. So that being said, on Hoover's case, I can promise you I went to the game that got lightning delay canceled and slashed the next morning when Hoover played St. John's out of DC. And I said all along on my Facebook, St. John's is as advertised. Their quarterback's great, their line's great. They average 350 across the front offensive line, but Hoover's not as bad as they play in that. Robbie Ashford got a little bit shaken in that game, which is going to happen when you're 15 years old and you're starting your first major game like that. And he threw a couple of major picks that cost points for Hoover going in to score points. And it definitely killed drives. Not only that, they took it back the other way. So that's definitely hurts your confidence. But again, I think there's too much George Pickens, too much Larry McCammon. I still think Hoover's going to win the game, and I think they're going to win it in the ballpark of about 31-17. If Bo Nix couldn't chomp this secondary up, I don't see this guy doing it either. So, with that being said, I'm taking Hoover 31-17, 31-24, somewhere in there. Anybody else got anything?
I'm going to say Thompson's going to pull this one out.
I like where your head's at.
Nail biter. 42-38. I see a high scoring game because I've seen Hoover play, but I've heard a lot about Thompson, so I'm saying it's going to be a nail biter.
Woods?
Where's it at?
It's at Hoover.
It's at Hoover.
It's at Hoover.
Yeah.
They're that close, I think, that the home field advantage will get a 3-point win, 4-point win,
Yeah.
24-20.
I like it. Okay. Guys, this is Average Joe's Sports Talk. Please hit the subscribe button at the bottom of the page. Also, hit the notification, the bell right beside it, notification. That way you can get all of the new videos that we drop. You'll get notifications on your phone for it. So, that being said, good night.